Hello, this is James Myelin, the host of the Scaling Therapy Practice. This is the show where we empower mission-driven leaders to launch life-changing online courses. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. Today, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite things that I've been learning over the last couple weeks. It's called the demand narrative. The demand narrative helps you build interest in your topic without being salesy, without being pushy, and it offers a solution to your ideal client that as you connect with them, they're going to want to buy from you. So I've learned this. I've been learning this from some of the courses I've been taking and the books I've been reading. I've been reading a book by Danny Ivy. Oh, I hope I got his name right. But Danny, great teacher. He leads Maracy, and he wrote a book called Effortless. So I've listened to that book and done some work on that. And also I took a course, the Art of Offer Craft. And those two have been really helping me put into words what is in my head and what I want to do and how I want to help people, but explain it in such a way that it connects with people and helps them and serves them instead of manipulating and selling to people. Because when you see selling as service, when you see selling as helping people get solutions, selling is awesome. Selling is amazing because you're helping people, and that's what you really want to do. And I've struggled wanting to sell to people because selling for me has been manipulative and arm twisting and, false limits and false hopes. So I always feel manipulated. I'm very cautious about manipulation, and I don't want to manipulate anybody to buy anything that I have. I want to serve and help them. So the demand narrative helps you frame your solution in a way that is service oriented, not salesy. So we're going to get into the demand narrative, and this comes from the book Effortless in the Art of Offer Craft course. And I'm so excited about this framework. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, five easy steps. And I'm just going to give them to you up front and explain them in the podcast. You meet people where they're at, you articulate their worldview, you share a deeper insight, and you explain the solution and provide the next action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 things. So I'm just going to share mine as I'm working through it. I made a worksheet for myself, and I am working through my own demand narrative as I figure out how to help therapists build their own online courses and increase their freedom. So number 1 is meet people where they're at. Validate for the audience that they are at the right place and listening to the right person. So to do that, you describe the pain they are experiencing or the object of their desire. So for me, if I'm talking to therapists who are who are struggling and they're thinking about all the things they should be doing, they're struggling with burnout. They're struggling with seeing too many clients or seeing too many of the wrong clients. I know when I did scheduling, I would get requests like, I can only see this many clients. I can only see this many of this type of clients. If they have this diagnosis, I can only have 2 or 3 of them because the wrong type of clients burn therapists out. Too much demand. After COVID, the demand for therapists and the access really increased. So many therapists, even though this summer there was a little summer slump, summer 2024, things started to return to quote unquote normal. The demand for therapy has never been higher. There's the other problems that they might have is they're missing family time because the demand is so great. They're either scheduling people in the morning, scheduling people over lunch, scheduling people in the evening. It's great for the bottom line, but you're missing out on relaxing and family time. You can't be with kids. Another big problem is you can't take time off. Like if you take a vacation, not only do you have all the work that you should have been doing, you have all the new work, and nobody's paying you for your vacation. If you're a solopreneur or an entrepreneur, nobody pays you for that vacation. If you don't work, you don't get paid. So you can't take time off, which leads you to feeling chained to your desk or chained to your chair. And then you get resentful of it. And something that you enjoy and love to do and are good at becomes a burden or a chore. And college isn't cheap. So the only way to earn money is to see one more client. The only way to pay off your bills or pay the expenses is to do the thing that you're good at, which is see clients and solve problems. But you can't get away. You can't stop. So you're on this treadmill that just goes on and on and on. And then what if somebody gets sick? What if a family member needs you? What if uh, your mother or father needs you for a week or a month? What if your kids have special needs? Like, how can you have all this education, you can help people, you can use that to earn money, but then you have other demands and other needs. And it just doesn't seem fair sometimes that to help other people's families, you have to give up your own. And so that's the starting point. And those are the pain points that people have, therapists or coaches. um, they're great at one-to-one, but it's difficult to scale because time is so limited. The next step after meet people where they're at is articulate their worldview. You give voice to their worldview before telling them there's another way to look at things. So this is a, a, a story or a belief that people tell themselves that externalize the reason why they don't have what they want. I want, for example, I want to have extra family time, but I don't have it because the only way I can earn money is to see that one more client. Or I want to take vacation, but I can't because if I stop seeing my clients, I'm going to get behind on my bills. Or I would love to work on this mission or passion project, but I have to start seeing I can't give away my time because I can't earn enough. There's no way to earn more money than what I already have. I've already raised my rates. I've already optimized my systems and I'm at my max. So they have two beliefs. And so in the demand narrative, you articulate that belief. Um, you, for me, I might say something like, you want to take a 2-week vacation, but you know you can't because there's no way to earn money besides seeing one-to-one clients. And when you stop seeing one-to-one clients, you can't take that vacation. So the best you can do is long weekends or 1 week, or you can't take a month off because there's just no way to do it with all the bills that you have. And if you stop working in the chair, the money stops flowing. Those are the types of beliefs that people have that keep them doing the things that they are doing. Another story might be, I see all these other therapists, these other entrepreneurs making passive income, making courses, but that would never work for me because I don't have a big social media following. I don't have the technical skills. I don't have the video guy. I don't have the web page. I don't know where to start. Um, and so I could never make it. I could never make an extra 500 or 1,000 or $10,000 a month on my online course because I don't have the technical skills or a big following. So you articulate their worldview. You help them. You show them that you understand what's going on. You get it. Then the third step after meeting them where they're at, articulating their worldview, you share a deeper insight. You are sharing something that you know about your field that makes their problem solvable. You use cognitive dissonance in your favor and introduce another belief. So your task here is to articulate a deeper insight. You're describing the real problem for them and the fundamental concepts that make it possible for an offer like yours to solve their problem. Taking a sip of coffee here. great podcasting when you sip coffee. Anyways, uh, so a deeper insight. So for me, uh, I would say something like, you might think the problem is the lack of technical skills or a lack of or no social media following, but it's really about building relationships and solving problems. I didn't say that well because I'm still articulating this for myself, but I would say something like, you might think the problem is that you don't have a social media audience or you don't have the technical skills. But making money online is not about social media following or technical skills. It's about it's about building relationships and solving problems. Two things that you are already an expert at. And then you explain the solution, that you hint at your product, focusing on the underlying mechanics that make it effective. So the next step number 4, after you explain a deeper insight, is explain the solution. Um, by the way, point 3, share deeper insight, is critical. I think it's one of the things that I was missing in my narrative. I could explain the problem and I could explain why, their worldview, but I struggled to make the leap from sharing my solution to them, because it always felt salesy, like, "Oh, you have a problem? I'm gonna jump on you with this problem." But this deeper insight, I think, is an excellent way to connect what they're going through with what you can do to help them, and it doesn't feel salesy at all. So, meet them where they're at, articulate their worldview, share a deeper insight. Now you explain the solution. You're only hinting at your product. You focus on the underlying mechanisms that make your product effective. So in a few words, you describe what's going on that makes what you provide effective. For example, a digital product is still building relationships and solving problems. If you keep doing what you're best at, relationships and solving problems, with a digital product, and you can scale your reach, income, and services, because buying is just purchasing a solution from somebody you trust. I love that. Buying is just purchasing a solution from somebody you trust. They already are looking for solutions. They already have a problem. And if you're reaching out to the people that you can solve their problem with, a therapist, like, you can have a digital product. You are just building a relationship, solving their problem. The cycle might look something like: build the relationship, identify their need, like use a demand narrative like we're doing here, identify their need, support them, offer a solution, then deliver the solution. So that's the buying cycle. You build their relationship, identify their need, support them, and offer your solution, and then deliver on your solution. It's a simple buying cycle framed in relationship, because I think that's what um, separates therapists from other people. Is they care about the person, they care about who they're serving, they care about what they're doing. Not that other marketers don't, but there's a real bond or tie between the therapist and the person who's offering the solution. So it always feels salesy. It always feels manipulative when you're like, "Oh, buy this product." But when you frame it in, "I'm just doing what I'm best at. I'm just building a relationship, giving them a solution, and it's up to them to use it or not." That feels wonderful. In fact, you can target that. Like, you can target that to who you can serve the best. Like, I serve parents who have anxious kids around test time, and I give them solutions. "Here's my solution. Would you like to take it?" I serve families who have marriage problems, and they're struggling with communication in their marriage, which leads to all these other problems. I have a way to solve that, and this is the solution. So that explain the solution is the next step before you tell them their next action. So tell them exactly what you want them to do. What is the next step they can take to get their support? Because uh, what you've done is you've changed the story, because the story they've been telling themselves is it's not solvable. My problem's not solvable. It's not in my control. I can't do anything to stop it. So I'm just going to either solve it my own way or live with it. And now you've told them there's a different reason for why they're having a problem. It is solvable. Here's the solution. What do you want them to do? How do they engage? So my solution might be, would you like to start creating a digital product to increase your freedom and income in your life? And then have a button or a video or a talk with me button. Like, hey, that's the next step. And the people who connect and who understand your solution, and um, they feel like you have a viable solution, they're going to take that next step. Now you're probably, if they don't know you, you're probably not going to say, hey, buy my $5,000 course. You might say, watch this video or talk to me or join me in this workshop or attend this webinar. And then in the webinar, then you start your bigger offer process. You give them small steps to take. What's the next obvious step for somebody with this problem? For me, it might be, here's a video. Let me show you how it works. And then at the end of the video, I would say, here's this webinar. Let me show you how that works. And then at the end of the webinar, I would say, hey, would you like to buy a $99 workshop or a $150 workshop to solve this one problem? Let's identify who your exact dream client is, like, and what you're best at. And then after that, I might say, hey, I have um, I have a $10,000 course that I'm offering, but I'm going to offer it, as a pilot course for like $2,000. I'm throwing out random numbers here, but I'm offering a pilot course for like 6 months for a couple $1,000s. At the end of it, you're definitely going to get, um, these are the things I can promise you. Would you like to join? And that is not sell. Well, that's selling, but it's like solving a problem and solving a big problem. So, I went past the demand narrative. I'm learning other things about making it easy for people to buy. So that's where that all that came from. But that would be the process that I would like to go to, is I build a relationship with people so they know, like, and trust me. Like, James knows what he's talking about. Oh, I can watch his video. Oh, I can go to his webinar. Oh, I like his workshop. I'm gonna test the waters and buy something from him. Wow, he really delivered on his workshop. He's solving my problems. Well, how can I get more of this? And people, um, your ideal customer will pay you for what you're worth. So, anyways, I was really excited about the demand narrative. It's felt like it's given me hope, because I haven't had words to describe what I'm trying to do in a way that felt comfortable to me. Um, Selling things. Remember, selling is just providing a solution for people that they would love to buy. And when I frame it that way, I feel much more comfortable in what I'm doing. So I hope that helps. It's the demand narrative. If you'd like to talk more about this, if you have comments or suggestions, just email me, James at coursecreationstudio.com. Um, I'm also on LinkedIn, James Myelin, and you'll see some of those links down there. I'd love to talk with you about what your next steps might be. So that's how you develop a demand narrative to talk to your ideal client, so that they know the next step on how you can help them. This is James Myelin for the Scaling Therapy Practice. Go put your mission in motion.